On a cold morning in Pyongyang, while soldiers march in perfect lines and missiles roll past cheering crowds, there is one figure who barely speaks yet makes the world uneasy. She stands slightly behind her brother, dressed simply, her face calm, almost gentle. No shouting, no dramatic gestures, just a quiet smile. But that smile hides something darker. Because this is not just a sister standing beside a leader. This is Kim Yo Jong, a woman many experts quietly call the most dangerous woman alive. What makes her so frightening isn't loud speeches or public power. It's silence, it's patience, it's the way she waits, watches, and strikes when nobody expects it. In a world where dictators often rule with brute force, she rules with precision. While the world focuses on Kim Jong Un's weight, his health, his nuclear tests, another story unfolds in the shadows. A story of loyalty mixed with betrayal, family love tangled with blood, and a woman who learned early that power in North Korea is never given, it is taken, and once taken, it is protected at any cost. Kim Yo Jong was born into privilege, but also into fear. Even her birth year is unclear. Some say 1887, others say 1989. That mystery itself tells you everything about her life. Nothing about the Kim family is simple or transparent. She was born in Pyongyang, inside the most protected family in one of the most secretive countries on earth. She was the youngest child of Kim Jong Il and his partner Ko Yong-hui. While the world outside struggled, her childhood was filled with guarded luxury, private homes, loyal servants, constant surveillance. Even playtime was controlled. But behind those walls, Kim Yo Jong learned a powerful lesson early on. In North Korea, even family is not safe. Her older brother, Kim Jong-chul, showed no interest in power. He loved music, especially guitars. That made him weak in the eyes of their father. Kim Jong Un, on the other hand, was different. He showed ambition, temper, and hunger for control. Kim Yo Jong watched this closely. She didn't compete openly. She didn't demand attention. She observed. She listened. She stayed quiet. And that silence would later become her greatest weapon. In the mid-1990s, Kim Jong-il sent his children to Switzerland under fake names. The idea was simple. Protect them, educate them, hide them from the world. Kim Yo Jong arrived in Bern pretending to be an ordinary Korean girl. She attended school, lived in a modest apartment, and tried to blend in, but she was never truly free. North Korean agents monitored every move. Bodyguards watched from a distance. Even abroad, the regime never loosened its grip. Classmates later recalled her as shy and reserved. She didn't draw attention. She stayed close to her brother, Kim Jong Un, who joined her later. The two grew inseparable. In that foreign land, surrounded by strangers, they bonded deeply. This was not just sibling love, it was survival. They learned to trust only each other. That bond would later shape the future of North Korea. When Kim Yo Jong returned to Pyongyang in the early 2000s, she entered a different world, one ruled by fear, loyalty tests, and constant purges. She studied computer science at Kim Il-sung University, one of the country's most elite institutions. At the same time, she quietly joined the Workers' Party of Korea. No headlines, no announcements, just silent progress. Then came 2011, the death of Kim Jong-il. The world watched as a young, inexperienced Kim Jong-un stepped forward as supreme leader. Many doubted him. Many within the regime saw opportunity. But standing beside him at the funeral was a familiar face, Kim Yo Jong, dressed in black, calm, focused. That moment changed everything. Insiders understood the signal. She was not just a sister, she was inside the inner circle. As Kim Jong-un began consolidating power, Kim Yo Jong was always nearby, managing schedules, handling documents, controlling access. While generals and officials bowed, she observed who hesitated, who looked away, who clapped without passion. In North Korea, small details can mean death. She remembered everything. But here's the twist. While the world saw her as an assistant, something else was happening. Kim Jong Un trusted her completely, and in a system built on paranoia, trust is more valuable than weapons. She became his eyes, his voice, and sometimes his shield. In 2013, Kim Jong Un executed his own uncle, Jong Song-taek, the man once considered the second most powerful figure in the country. His crime? Disloyalty. Some say he didn't clap enthusiastically enough at a public event. Others say he questioned decisions behind closed doors. Either way, he was erased, brutally. Reports suggest Kim Yo Jong supported this move, not out of cruelty, but strategy. In North Korea, hesitation is fatal. Then came 2017, the assassination of Kim Jong-nam, Kim Jong-un's half-brother, in a Malaysian airport. Poisoned in public, a message sent to the world: no one is beyond reach. Many intelligence agencies believe the order came from Pyongyang's top, and again, Kim Yo Jong's name quietly appeared in the background, never confirmed, never denied. By 2014, state media finally acknowledged her existence officially. She was named Vice Director of the Propaganda and Agitation Department. On paper, it sounded like a media role. In reality, it meant controlling the narrative of an entire nation. She shaped how her brother was portrayed: strong, kind, fearless, almost godlike. Every photo, every headline, every broadcast passed through her influence. North Korea is a male-dominated society. Women rarely reach high power. Yet Kim Yo Jong rose quickly, not by demanding space, but by mastering it. Within a year, she effectively controlled the propaganda machine. Those who worked under her described her as sharp, demanding, and unforgiving. Mistakes were not tolerated. Loyalty was everything. In February 2018, the world saw her clearly for the first time: the Winter Olympics in South Korea. For the first time since the Korean War, a member of the Kim family stepped onto South Korean soil. Cameras followed her every move. She smiled, she bowed, she shook hands with South Korean leaders. She delivered a secret letter from her brother. The message was simple: peace. The media was fascinated. Headlines focused on her elegance, her calm presence. Many believed a softer North Korea had arrived, but experts warned otherwise. This was strategy, a softer face hiding a harder truth. Behind those doors, Kim Yo Jong was just as ruthless as ever. When nuclear talks with the United States collapsed in 2019, she temporarily disappeared from the spotlight. Some thought she had fallen out of favor. Others believed she was being punished, but that silence was misleading. In April 2020, Kim Jong Un vanished from public view. Rumors exploded. Was he dead? In a coma? The world held its breath. Then suddenly, a fierce statement was released. Not from Kim Jong Un, from Kim Yo Jong. She directly threatened South Korea, using language so aggressive it shocked diplomats. It was clear she was in charge. Soon after, Kim Jong Un reappeared, alive, smiling, and Kim Yo Jong returned stronger than before, promoted, empowered. Her warning had worked. In June 2020, she ordered the destruction of the Inter-Korean Liaison Office, a building symbolizing peace, reduced to rubble. A message sent loud and clear: hope means nothing without obedience. Her words are weapons. She insults world leaders without hesitation, calling presidents weak, mocking nations, challenging global powers. She does not soften her tone. She does not apologize. Today, Kim Yo Jong is considered the second most powerful person in North Korea. Some believe she already holds more influence than her brother. She issues official statements, oversees military messaging, shapes foreign policy tone. If Kim Jong Un were to disappear again, many believe she would take control without resistance. But the emotional cost of this power is rarely discussed. She sacrificed normal life, love, freedom, even family bonds. In North Korea, survival demands cruelty, and Kim Yo Jong learned that lesson better than anyone. She is not dangerous because she is loud. She is dangerous because she is calm, because she understands fear, because she knows when to smile and when to destroy. The question isn't whether Kim Yo Jong is powerful. The real question is whether the world is ready if she becomes the face of North Korea, a woman raised in secrecy, trained in loyalty, shaped by betrayal, with nuclear weapons behind her and silence as her strongest ally. This is not the end of her story. It may only be the beginning.